Hello guys, welcome to the official apartment tour vlog. I am so excited to finally show you guys our new condo, and if you have been here for a while, you know this is the long-awaited tour because we have lived in a temporary apartment, we were living in another apartment, so there's been a lot of transitions, but we are finally in the new condo and it is so stunning. We basically have a couch and a bed. So this is gonna be more of like an empty apartment tour, but with some things in it. But I thought I would show you guys before we kind of fill it with a lot of things. And I can kind of bring you guys through each room and tell you what we're thinking, some ideas that we have. But we have been here for basically 2 or 3 days over the weekend, and this apartment truly feels like home. If you guys don't know, I am newly engaged, which is really exciting. So this really feels like a new chapter for us, and we want to make this place a home and just fill it with love, fill it with things that we love. A little backstory, we actually put our name on this exact unit over a year ago, which is so crazy. We basically just saw digital renderings of what it would look like, and then we finally got to walk a showroom in I think February of this year, and then we got to tour our official unit Easter weekend, and then we are finally here. So we had a lot of hope on this apartment, and we didn't really get to see much before we moved in, but this space really feels like us, and it feels so special, and it's a lot bigger than what we remember, because when we walked it in April without any furniture or like without anything in here, it just felt smaller than it was, but we were also walking the space with like a few people, so maybe that's why. But now that we have like a couch in here, okay, we have two things of furniture, but now that we have a couch in here, I'm like seeing how much more space we have. I'm excited to walk you guys through each of the spaces and kind of give you an idea of what we're thinking, and let's get into it. Oftentimes right when you walk in, you'll see Hudson chilling on the couch because that is basically his couch. He's claimed it and he is so happy to have it back in his apartment. But let's start off with the kitchen because it's absolutely beautiful. It is so large. This counter space is so big. Like, I feel like we could fit maybe even 4 bar stools right there. And of course, the only thing we have set up is our espresso machine. If you know from the last apartment tour, this is like our pride and joy. So we made sure to get that set up as soon as we got here. And then I do have a lot of engagement flowers all over the apartment because my fiance put flowers all over the apartment after he proposed, and then we came here and just had a little moment. So that's actually a really good feeling, and it's so cute to have all around. But I wanted to show you guys, this is our, like, it's an air fryer, but it's also like a cooker. It's really cool, and I hate things on the counters, so I am really excited about this. I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like this is gonna come in handy. We also have an oven separate from that. And then what else do we have in here? Oh, we have a wine fridge, but most of you know we don't drink, so right now we just have a Gia, which is one of my favorite brands. But we are going to fill this with like a bunch of poppies, Olippops, and sparkling waters. This is a really cool feature about the fridge. Also, I love, it's like so sunny, but I love that you can see the view from the kitchen. But the fridge works like this, so you just press it and then it pops open, which I think is really nice. This is like the biggest fridge we've had before. And then we have a nice large sink, and I need to fill that with some like tall branches and flowers over there. And then you head into the living room. Hi, Hudson. Yeah, he loves his couch. But here is the space in the living room. And as you can see, we have windows all around. We are thinking of putting a breakfast nook right there and maybe a framed TV up here a nice big rug, maybe getting a different couch, like an L-shaped, just so that when you watch TV, you can kind of watch it in this little nook right here. Nice big area rug, coffee table, and then fill this with some bar stools. And then this is the gorgeous view from the couch, the living room. You can see downtown Manhattan, and you can see the Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, and it's so pretty, especially at sunset, and you can see all the ferries coming in. And then heading down the hallway, we have a lot of closets, but they need to be built out because they're just empty. They don't have any racks or anything. This room needs a lot of work. This is basically where all of our stuff is right now, but I feel like we're not gonna get to this room until we've done all of the other rooms. So this is kind of the last priority, obviously with all of our stuff in here. But I am going through boxes slowly and throwing out things that we need and organizing, but this will definitely take some time. But we also have a closet in here as well, so this will be a nice room for when guests come to visit. I do want a bed in here, a desk so we can work, and some nice storage for when people come to visit, and then they can hang out their stuff and feel organized. So this is a 2-bed, 2-bath. This is the gorgeous bathroom. It's a full bathroom and it has a tub, and I love the tile. It's this gorgeous small tile, which I think is really unique because I feel like normally the tiles are pretty large. And I love the sink, lots of storage. It also has one of these like touch lights, which is great for putting on makeup. And then we do have a washer and dryer, which is huge for being in New York. If you know, you know. I love having a washer dryer, and I feel like everything is always clean all the time, like my sheets and pillowcases and such. And now you walk into the master bedroom. We just got a lot of bedding things. Hudson stomped all over this, so I need to straighten it out. His little paws. But we did go to Brooklyn and get a lot of filled inserts for these pillowcases. And then this gorgeous duvet. It's a cotton linen, which, if you know, I work on Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger, so this is a Calvin Klein duvet that is so beautiful. We have our hatch set up. But basically what I'm thinking for this room, I'm looking at a burgundy large rug, and we do have a lot of room right here, so I want to put a dresser, some nightstands, and I'm really thinking of like wallpapering the crap out of this room. So we will see what I do. We have a standard closet here, and then this one is really exciting. This is a walk-in closet that's just empty right now, but we do have a closet company coming later this week to see how large the closets are and kind of help us build it out and give us some ideas, which is really exciting. And then we have an ensuite bathroom. So right from the bedroom, you walk right into the bathroom, which is really nice. And I love how the shower and the toilet are separate. They're like little separate rooms, and our shower is huge. We have 3 shower heads, so this is like a separate one, and then you have these 2 up here, so you have 3 options of however you want to take a shower. We have our bathroom, and then we have a lot of storage in here, which I am not used to. We have a little built-in hamper, which is really nice, and I love all the details that they did. I'm also planning on wallpapering the crap out of this bathroom as well, so we will see. And I do have some engagement flowers there, and we have a lot of storage under here. There's also a lot of storage back here, and I'm just using this little dish for my ring at night. when I'm like washing my face and stuff. That is basically the whole apartment. I'm so excited to fill it with a lot of great things, a lot of good furniture, and some really good pieces. If you know, I've been really into interior design lately, so I'm loving lots of patterns, lots of different textures, and so my plan is to incorporate a lot of that into this apartment. So we will see how it all comes out, but I am excited to kind of play and just find some really cool things. So once I'm closer to being done with this apartment, then I will show you guys an update on a furnished apartment, but that will probably take some time because we do want to take our time filling this with pieces that we actually like. So I will probably have an update on a furnished apartment tour, hopefully later this year, or it's crazy to say this, but the beginning of 2026, but that's so realistic because we're gonna take our time filling this place with a bunch of things that we love, and we really wanna stay here for a while and make it feel like home. So every piece we want to be functionable, but also our style and very unique. So lots of good things to come, and if you subscribe, I will definitely give you guys updates throughout my vlogs of anything that we do. And we do have like some people coming to help us, maybe to give us some consultations just on the space and how they would lay it out. And we just want to get a viewpoint from a lot of different people and get some more input before we finally decide what we're gonna do with each room. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Subscribe to keep up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.